Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Daily Discipline number 119. Today is February the 12th, 2019. Rob Hoback here. What are you waiting for? Before we get to that question, we got some other things we got to take care of. First of all, thank you for joining. Sincerely appreciate it. Understand that everybody who watches this is extremely busy and they have other things they can do with this 5 to 10 minutes a day, but you choose to spend it here with us, and we certainly appreciate it, like for reals. So we'll get right to work. Number one, the things that we're thankful for. I'm thankful that my mom is safe. Yep, she's in a new place. She's got a cell phone. Everything appears or sounds like it's great. I haven't physically spoken to her. I tried to call her a couple times yesterday, but she's unable to work the phone. So I think that's a positive sign, right? All things MJ are green. So appreciate several of you have reached out and asked about her, but she's doing fine. So I have not spoken to her. Hopefully she's able to. She's learned how to answer her phone. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so MJ is in a safe place. So thank you to my sisters for making that happen. Special shout out to my sister Sarah Kay, who's a rock star. Let me do the Lumi LUMI2. Love you, sis. So all right, back to the song. What are you waiting for? What's the question? It's a song by Nickelback. I have it on my playlist. I listen to it all the time because I got to be honest with you, sometimes I don't know what I'm waiting for. Like, I delay things, I procrastinate, and I know it's just instinctive. It's a bad habit that I have perpetuated over years, but there's usually something behind it. There's usually something that, like, there's some fear or something like that, and it's like, why am I waiting? Why am I waiting? And a lot of times it's that fear. And we know that fear is a liar. So I'll give you an example because I know how much Nuke loves story time of a example of where I was in an unknown situation and I just did it because I didn't know any better. Next thing you know, I was successful, and I apply that logic to other things in my life. Like every time that I've walked up to a situation like, gosh, never been here before, let's just go ahead and try it. Most times successful because there's no preconceived notion that failure is out there. Just try it, and then things take over. So anyway, back when I was like seventh grade, loved playing basketball. Played on the junior high basketball team. Had a hard time getting on the court, and I got a hard time getting on the court because the coach's son played on the team, and we did not like each other. As a matter of fact, we often got into kerfuffles. If I saw him today, I'd probably want to punch him. This kid was a punk, and his dad knew he was a punk. And his dad really knew that he wasn't a good basketball player, but yet he played him all the time anyway. So my brother was on the wrestling team. The wrestling coach approached me and was like, hey, your brother told me that, things aren't working out over there. He's like, why don't you come wrestle? I'm like, yeah, I don't want, wrestling's not a glamour sport. Basketball is. He's like, yeah, but basketball, clearly that's not a meritocracy over there. That's, very political. And so it's not based on how good you are. It's based on who you know or who you're related to. So I thought about that, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make that decision. And then, of course, the basketball coach, hey, I'm like, no, we're good. Anyway, started out at 119 pounds. Me, like a half of what I am today. And like I had no idea what I was doing. I just, that first year was brutal. Just getting my ass kicked all the time. And I think that first year, not 100% certain, but I think that first year I didn't win a match. When I did get on the mat during a actual match, I got pinned every single time. I know I didn't win. But every time it became a little more competitive, like, based on who I was wrestling against. Anyway, at some point, we had this big match, and the coach came to me and says, hey, I know you're at 119, but I need you to wrestle up at 138. Like, well, why would I do that? And he was like shuffling guys around so that we could win the match. And he's like, look, I know that if you wrestle at 138, you're going to have to wrestle their best wrestler. But I'm telling you, I think that you can last against him, and he won't pin you. And I don't want to wrestle our best wrestler against him because that one could go either way. If I can get you to wrestle at 138, not get pinned, then our best guy will wrestle their guy at 145, whatever it was. I don't even remember. The point is this. I remember being on the mat, scared to death. I'm like, this guy's going to kill me. But I just used all the stuff that I'd learned for the last however long. And I was able to defend him off, and he barely beat me, and we won the match. And from that point, it was like that last loss taught me enough that it's like, look, I belong. There's nothing magical here. This is about will. This is about skill. This is about endurance. Um, and, then I went on like a pretty hot streak there where I didn't hardly lose at all. And so went from a perpetual loser, didn't know how to win, right? So all of that losing taught me how to win, but I had to go through what's the word I'm looking for? The victory that's not a victory, a moral victory, excuse me. So I had a moral victory where I was able to wrestle that kid and not get pinned by him. And that was a win for the team. And that catapulted me that like, look, if I can hang with that guy, I can hang with anybody. And so my point is this, is that as I take a step back and I look at that and I'm like, well, there have been several instances in my life where I've tried something new before. And in the very beginning, it was a little clunky, but as I practice it, I was able to, quickly grasp, the necessities. And next thing you know, I'm pretty good at it. And then I'm really good at it. And so I often ask myself, like, what are you waiting for, bro? Go, just go. Don't, it's the Mel Robbins thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Stop thinking about it. Don't overthink it. Just do the work. You got this, right? And, yeah, there's a real personal example of somebody yesterday that just inspired me with their behavior. They are in the midst of a transitional period, going from one job to another. Got a few weeks off to relax and recharge, and they spent that time working. First day off, out working, getting shit done, and it was just is motivating to me. I'm like, wow, look at that. Success never stops. As Bill Belichick said, no days off. So look, guys, what's my point? My point is we got this, right? We got this. You're going to face headwinds. Things are going to be negative. But if you stop and think about it, I'm certain, just like me, that when you look back and say, I really believed I could do that. And then when I put my mind to it, I got it done. There's no reason I can't do that with anything that's in front of me today. Hands up. Peace out. We are better together. Thanks for joining. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't wait. Just go. Go get it. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.